Howdy folks, we're going to get this thing up on Twitter if we can. Hey, why not? Let's see what we can do. Alright, what are we doing? Going to my channel, gotta find some videos. Get that one right there. Alright, gotta find some videos. Get that one right there. Alright, gotta find some videos. Here it is. Get that one right there. Alright, gotta find some videos. Get that one right there. Alright, gotta find some videos. Get that one right there. Alright. Going live. Two tweets. That ought to help. Let's get back in here and see what we're doing. Hey. I get to be the not Yardism today. I don't know why Yard's feeling under the weather, I guess. Anyways, this is only going to go about 30 minutes. Cane rod should be coming on. No. Hour and 30 minutes. I could do an hour and 30 minutes, yeah. Cane rod should be coming on at my time, 7. It's 5:30 here. Hey, it is what it is. So now real quick, let me just go ahead and make sure that this is straight up out there. This is a pipe smoking channel. If you have problems with pipe smoking or cigars, I would suggest leaving. Leaving would be a great option right now if it offends you to see people smoking pipes or cigars. if you're too young to be on this channel, which means in the United States, I believe that's now 21 and up. If I'm wrong, hey, I'm sorry. For you 21 and uppers, go ahead and stick around. We're glad to have you. For you 21 and unders, well, call it 20 and 364 days and how many ever minutes. Sorry. Get out. Come back when you are 21. This is a Balkan Sobrani 700 something or other match made by Sutliff. Pretty tasty, a little strong. It's probably going to knock me around a little bit. It is not in a Country Gentleman. I believe it's a Washington mint. About 3 years old now. It's kind of my go-to pipe. Because it is. Anyways, I have no idea why Yardism's not going live tonight. But bring on Cane Rod. And, consequently, then we're going to bring on Martin. Martin's supposed to be back tonight. Two things that I saw that he's going to be doing. One, his normal crazy wackadoodle show where we cheer for the garage door. We cheer for Martin Jr. Often enough we call him Marty McFly. We cheer for magical smoke that goes nowhere. Just disappears. Hey, we cheer for dad jokes. Oh my God, do we cheer for some dad jokes. We also cheer for the dancing taco. Anyways, Martin's show. Pretty damn good thing. Whew, my hair's all wackadoodle out there today. Let's see if I can't find that one hair that's sticking out there like that. I found it. Didn't get it to go nowhere. There it is. It's amazing what you can see when you're on live. Yeah, that's right. I can pluck my own hair. I don't even flinch when I do it. I got a face for radio, and I wear a hat to hide the fact that I've got a receding hairline. I won't go bald, I'll just thin. Let me see. At 46, when my dad was 46, he's pretty full salt and pepper by that point. Everybody in my family went gray early except me. Hell, if I shave this off, kept these trimmed back real short, you'd have a hard time figuring out I'm 46. Let's see, who's... Yeah, no live stream today from Yard. Well, Chad, out in California stand. I hope you're well, brother. I don't like having to fill in for you. Mostly because nobody's going to come in and watch me. Look, I'm still at 0. Of course. Chad normally goes on at 4 o'clock. I didn't even start this till 5:30. What can we say? Chad's got one of the best long talk shows on the YouTube platform. He takes it live every Friday at about 2 o'clock California time, which is 4 o'clock my time. And he'll run it till about 7 o'clock. That's a 3-hour show. Being honest, I don't know how he does it. I run out of stuff to talk about. I'm just not as interesting. It's got to be the beard. Mine doesn't even connect. If you look at it real close, you'll see that actually don't connect. That's just long whiskers. Howdy. Not sure who you are yet, but thanks for joining in. Anything you want to talk about? Seriously, dead seriously, anything. And if you want to talk about stuff that I have no knowledge of, I'm going to let you know. I have no knowledge of that subject. Hey, I'm up to 2. 2 go for 3. 2 go for 3. Can I see? 2. Can I get a 3? Can I get a 3? Maybe not. Anyways, howdy y'all. Glad to see both of y'all here. Not sure why y'all are here. I know why I'm here. Chad's taking a vacation day or a sick day or something. I got done doing what I was doing. Went in to go see Chad. Saw it said, hey, he's not in, so if any of y'all want to chat about anything, go ahead, throw it up there. Please, feel free. Chat away. Tell me what you want to talk about. We'll talk about that. If y'all don't want to talk about anything, we can talk about that too. Wow, 19 minutes in and I'm already up to 2 people. Jimmy Tobacco, hey. Man, it's a good crowd of people. I know that some of y'all just have that limited amount of time to vent or chat with other people. Sometimes it's all that you get to stay sane. I'm cool with filling in. I mean, I'm not as good. Let's be straight about it. I am definitely not as good as Yardism. He can keep a show going for 3 hours. I'm good to keep 3 people. But talk to you about my work today? Okay. I got a 10 foot around by a 30-inch tall easy set pool, and one of my nieces was over and she had a little accident, but I had to drain out the pool, which took all last night. So this morning I literally was scrubbing it down completely empty, vacuuming all the gook out, doing everything that needed to be done, got it filled back up. That was pretty much my day. It wouldn't seem like an easy set pool would take that long to actually do a good maintenance cleanup that way, but oh my god, it takes forever. Well, Jimmy Tobacco can say that I'm doing great on, and it's the first time he's seen me live, then mission accomplished. I don't know if I'm ever going to be any good at this. Got a little magnetic mount connected to a chair. Just going to sit here and chat at you about literally anything. As I've told people many a time, I'm good with any subject. Hey, you want to go politics? Let's go politics. There's some presenters that won't go there. You might not like my opinion, though. But I do reviews, so I bank on my opinion. Oh, Jimmy, I'm going to tell you like this. I hate doing recordings because I get off on wild tangents. When I'm talking with somebody, this little conversation like we're having right now, and you're saying it seems pretty scary, and I'm saying you're keeping me on topic, any topic. When I'm doing a recording, I get lost in wild tangents. I go left field on things for no reason. It'll take me an hour and a half to make a 20-minute information video. The tunnel take. Okay, Mr. Tunnel, I'm going to follow you later. I don't know who you are specifically, but that's okay. I'm not going to say get rid of them. There's a reason for radical left. I think it's to tone down the militant right, the people who are just so far right-wing that they need to be reined back in, and the radical left is just as far the other side of that. It gets to the point where you can't talk to these people at any point in time. Personally, I tend to try and vote term limits. Well, Mr. Take, you're not just another dude. Ah, I'm gonna take it that Tunnel Take is Greg. Howdy, Greg. Glad you could join us today. And I really do mean it. If you have a subject, if you want to talk about it, you text it in there, we're going to get on it. After another, let's call it 35 minutes, this thing is probably going to start goofing up on me and making it so I can't read read whatever you're shooting in at me. Chad, Yardism, he runs into that quite often. It's always right around the 1 hour mark. And I've been going for about 26 minutes right now, so just letting y'all know. We got another 34 minutes of whatever y'all want to talk about, literally. Yeah, when they start deciding that they're wanting to tear down Lincoln statues, and when you ask them what party was Lincoln a member of, and you ask them if they know who James R. Crow is and what he did and what party he was from. Some of them actually are. You get some far right wing, but I'm going to say it like this, for the most part, from what I've seen. And I'm not going to say this as a blanket statement. I'm going to say for the most part, though, from what I have personally seen, most way out there far right wing, I call them militant right wingers, when they come spewing hatred the way the radical left comes spewing hatred, the more moderate right wing is going to grab hold of them and say, no, that's not going to fly. You can't do that. You can't go that far. Because then it boils down into just a bunch of hate talk. At least that's what I've seen. I mean, we all live in different places. Maybe you've seen some different things. I live in Texas. We are a very right-wing state here in Texas. We definitely believe in ammo and the Bible and yes sir and yes ma'am and no sir and no ma'am, and it's just the way we kind of do things around here. Of course, y'all could probably already know that from my accent. Hey, we're up to 3. Third person in the room. Woohoo! I'm up to 3. Howdy, whoever you are. And no, like I said, I don't mind talking politics. I mean, there's good and bad. As Trump said one time about a certain event that happened in Charlotte, Carolina, South Carolina or North Carolina, it's right there on the border. I always got problems figuring out Charlotte, but there's good and bad people on both sides of that line. Yeah, it's there's a threshold theory that some guy came up with. He said everybody's got a certain threshold. Oh, was it Virginia? Yeah, maybe it was Charlottesville, Virginia. But okay, so I don't remember who wrote the original thesis and synopsis of this, but the basics of it are: everybody has a threshold limit. You take a crowd of people, and you're going to find one or two people that are threshold 0. They are just there to cause problems. And then you've got threshold 1, which is, oh, somebody else did it. Cool, I can do it. And so on and so forth. Basically it's a scale of 0 through 10. And a 0 threshold person does not need a crowd to throw rocks. They're going to pick up rocks and throw them. A 5 threshold needs like 50 people throwing rocks before they're going to throw rocks. And you get those people who are out there at the 10, and they tend to be, oh God, someone's throwing rocks. Let's get the heck out of here. Problem is, when you get thousands and thousands and thousands of people, sometimes it's easier to throw rocks than it is to fight the crowd. Lots of that going on nowadays. I don't like it. I don't like seeing cities burning here in the United States. Why are we burning cities? Why are we destroying jobs? Yeah. I am definitely not a sheeple. I do not follow crowds. And that's why I said sometimes people get upset about my opinions. I mean, had some people try to tell me that guns were bad. I said, okay. And I said, guns are a tool. They wanted to argue. Quite honestly, I have my doubts. Now, I'm answering your last question without restating it. I have my doubts. I had the opportunity to meet with several police officers from up in that area. And the people keep voting for a certain way of life. And these police officers came through and they told me that certain way of life back in the mid-90s, police would protect and serve. And about 2000 and about 2008. I'm not going to say what changed there. You can make up your own decisions on that. But about 2008, somewhere between 8 and 10, right in that area, it stopped being the police were allowed to protect and serve, and it started becoming to cover your ass. If you don't like my bad language, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. But here we go. This was the example given to me by one of the police from that area who was retiring to Houston so that he could actually go ahead and continue to be a legitimate police officer. His words, not mine. He became the senior training sergeant. That doesn't sound like it's all that bad of a job, right? Well, they'd get a brand new recruit. He would train them. He remembers when he could train them. But the one that decided for him he needed to get out of Portland was they finished their shift. Police officers go home at the end of their shift. Well, on the way home, guy stopped for a tank of gas and something else from whatever convenience store he was going to be stopping at for gas. And when he pulled into the parking lot, he saw a guy beating up a girl. And he went over to stop it. You would think as a police officer, he probably should do something like this. Problem. When he got into work the next day, they fired him because nobody had called 911, so he had no reason to be there. And because he had no reason to be there, he shouldn't have made any kind of moves legally towards a guy that was beating up a girl. And that's what decided this guy, who was the senior training sergeant in the Portland area, that he needed to leave. And I'm happy to report that he's firmly in Harris County Sheriff's Department now. Good guy. Smoke cigars with him anytime I get the chance. And you are right. No inanimate object has the ability to be good or bad. With the way that their own city council is not standing up for common Joe the citizen, they are capitulating to these groups. I think everybody that could leave has already left. And I think it started back when there was that big push, the Fight for 15. Most of the people that could leave understood that when you raise minimum wage up that much, everything else goes up too. Funny thing about the Fight for 15, I did this little bit of math. McDonald's took a certain number of those stores on the West Coast and changed out all their front end people to kiosks. So they literally deleted 15,000 jobs every year. So there's your Fight for 15. Nobody runs for them. Nobody runs against them. It's the same as here in Houston. We've got Sheila Jackson Lee. Woo! Gosh. Nobody wants to run against her. Her district is a crap hole. I mean, if you literally took one of those blue house porta cans and opened it up on the inside and just spilled it out right in the middle of your house, it would still be better than her district. Nobody wants to go in and clean that up. She got elected because that's where a lot of the slums were. And something that I say is, no, we've not been overthrown. We get a lot of people that move in. We just tend to tell them, look, stop voting like Californians because you left. And you left because it wasn't a good place to be. And the way you vote is going to somehow have to change also, because we don't want it to become what you ran from. Actually, a good portion of them do listen. Tends to be people in Austin. They like being right near the center of government. Not to say that that's going to help them any, but all right, the police commissioners need to join together and defy these mayors and city councilmen who are making it impossible for them to do their job, and they should do the damn job anyways. Problem: city council has the ability to walk up and say you're fired. Appoint somebody who will do it the way the city council wants, and as soon as they appoint somebody new, say, oh, by the way, put that guy in jail. Pretty much the only thing that can be done is let it get bad enough that there's nobody left. You know, when there's nobody left, nobody paying taxes, nobody doing any of it, city council's going to be out of a job too. But let's be honest, nobody got into politics to get poor. But it's Greg, right? Greg, glad that you could join us. Sorry you gotta go. Good chat. I'm here. I'm a little strange, unlike everybody else. I know I'm strange. So as I was saying, nobody got into politics to be poor. Look at Congress. They're all lawyers. After 5 years of being a member of Congress, whether it's the House of Representatives or the Senate, you're a millionaire. You don't make enough money to be a millionaire in that amount of time. 5 years. And by millionaire, I mean someone who has that kind of money in the bank. Literally, lock, stock, and barrel, no problem. They can grab hold of that money and go anytime they want to. Just living expenses in Washington, D.C. If you make $250,000 a year, you're still going to pay out a certain amount for everything else. You're not going to have $1 million at the end of 5 years. It's not going to happen. Every one of them is a millionaire. Y'all figure out why. That's why I vote term limits as often as I can. I don't see any reason for them to be rich on tax dollars of people who are working. And then they vote themselves a raise. And they vote themselves free medical. And they vote themselves all these extra stuff. Hey! Glad to have you back. And I'm not talking about Democrats or Republicans or independents or whatever. I'm talking about all of them. You look at everybody in Congress, both the House and the Senate, and 5 years in, every one of them's a millionaire. They get all these freebies, and it's all paid for us, the taxpayer, and we get screwed over left, right, and sideways, and they just keep taking the gravy and handing us whatever's left over, which ain't nothing. Hell, they got us in COVID lockdown. Everywhere around is COVID lockdown. If you got a job, keep it. If you don't have a job, too damn bad. And you got two sides of Congress that are fighting over a couple of $1,000s to help out families. I thought that they went to be our representatives. Well, how are they still making all this money and we're getting broke? Now, as it stands right now, no way I'm voting for Biden. I'll agree, we don't really have representatives. It's about time to kick them all out and start over. So let's see. If I'm not voting Biden, who's left? There's Joe Jorgensen or something like that. Yeah. She believes in free borders. Or open borders. Sorry, open borders. Open borders is a bad idea. And best I can say it, open borders is a bad idea. I'm not talking about stopping all immigration. Look, somebody wants to be an American bad enough that they want to go through all of the hassles to be an American, I'm for having them here. But somebody who wants to just cut through the lines and get right to the cherry picking of what's good, nah. Open borders is just a bad idea. I agree. Our poor do need the opportunity. Some of our poor need to learn that they have that opportunity and should take it. And it is what it is. Nobody goes straight from, learning letters to being CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company. I don't know. Bezos' kids might be able to do it. Oh, yeah. I agree with you. A lot of handouts. There's a lot of people that can work and won't. They get paid more to sit at home. I mean, I'd love to get paid like that to sit at home. But that's just one step above communism. And I'm going to say it like this. I do understand communism. I understand communism very well. My wife has 2 degrees in Russian because she wanted to work for NASA, which is right up the road from me. And at the time, one of the best ways to get into NASA was to be fluent in Russian. There were a lot of things coming through. People who were fluent in Russian could speak to Russian satellites and Russian space stations. How do we know what they're saying? Well, this person right here can speak it fluently. She went to Russia 2 times. While studying abroad, she went there before communism fell, and she went there after communism fell. She saw firsthand. I know she's not going to lie to me, but she said, imagine standing in a line for toilet paper for 4 hours, and a guy about 15 ahead of you gets the last roll. Well, you're not even allowed to stand in that line again for another week. And you can get one roll. You're going to be figuring out a way to wipe your butt for a solid week with no toilet paper. Enjoy that. Single ply at that. Ooh, rough stuff. She said you could have made a killing by having cheap jeans here in the States, taking a suitcase of them over there and selling them, because they couldn't get clothes either. Couldn't get clothes, couldn't get food, couldn't get toilet paper. Communism fell. She went back. She said, except for the fact that nobody spoke English, it was just like being in the United States. They had everything. Just like that. So all you got to do is kick the communism out. You got everything going again. Now, I'm not praising Russia about this. They did it to themselves. And in a perfect world, communism would work. A, this world's not perfect. And B, this world needs work. What I mean by that is there's a lot of people in the communist way of life that will not work. They're going to get paid the same amount whether they go to work or not. As for politicians, I think everybody who's a politician should be held accountable to every time they say the word free. Ain't none of it free. It's all coming from taxpayers. Somebody had to work. Some of us had to work really damn hard to make the money that they're spending like it grows on trees. Alright, well, I'm down to 0 viewership. Whenever this thing cuts out, I'm probably going to say my adieus, my adioses, and make way for Cane Rod Piper, who will be starting up before too very long. Hey, y'all remember, don't expect every channel that's going to be a smoking channel to talk politics. I will, because I've got so few viewers that it doesn't matter to me. YouTube wants to kick me off because I'm talking truth. Pfft. Ooh, I'm going to lose what? 3 of us? Me included? Pfft. I'll go over to BRTV and just watch there. At that point, I'll probably have to clean up my show because I wouldn't want to do that to Phil. Oh, we're coming into the last minute. 59 minutes been going. There it is. Chat is gone. All right. So that was 59 minutes and 2 seconds. All right. So let's just go ahead and say it. Let me get on out of here. For those of us who don't like me, well, I'm sorry. For those of us who do like me, well, that's all right too. As normal, this is Voodoo coming at you. And as always, y'all take care out there. Long lives, big bowls, and long ashes. Y'all take care, and I'll see you soon.